I am Cindy MM, and I am a compulsive eater and a food addict in recovery. I weigh and measure 3 meals a day from the Gray Sheet. I commit them to my sponsor, another qualified person. I don't eat in between meals, no matter what. And my abstinence and sobriety are the most important things in my life today. Some of you, our old friends, who probably knew my story better than I, except for a few little intervening parts. But others have been in my home. I've been in some of your homes, and it feels very cozy here. So thank you. And those of you that I don't know, I hope to know you in the future as I travel and as you travel. So take my phone number, stay connected. You never know where I'm going to be. So anyway. My Gray Sheet story. I love Gray Sheeters Anonymous. I did not always feel that way. I came to Gray Sheeters Anonymous when it wasn't Gray Sheet, but it was Overeaters Anonymous in 1971. I don't have back-to-back abstinence from then. I do have back-to-back sobriety from then, but not the abstinence. So I came from a swingers party in Hollywood to those two groups of meetings because the guy that I was following around was somebody that was going to both sets of meetings. And I did the Gray Sheet for a long enough time to change from about the size I am to 3 or 4 pounds less. And that was enough as far as I was concerned. I did not realize how much of the disease, and this is a disease, is in between my ears. And so I didn't want to do Gray Sheet. It seemed like it was a little extreme. I wasn't terribly overweight, as you can hear, et cetera, et cetera. So I had lots of weasel room and I weaseled right out. I then searched for 27 years to find an easier, softer way with the food. I didn't find it. And when I was 27 years sober, having worked the steps, having done all the deal in the other program, I still was by then 100 pounds minus 25, because the year before I got abstinent, I had discarded 25 pounds dieting diligently, and I couldn't lose any more. And I was suicidal. That day I wanted to kill myself, and there was no other alternative as far as I was concerned. But that little voice inside said, "Go to one more meeting." And I went. Now, that had worked one time previously when I had gone to one more AA meeting, and I had been in the room and early because I was crazed out of my mind because of the food, probably. And I was talking with a woman in a wheelchair and asked her how she came to be in the wheelchair. And she said, "Oh, I tried to kill myself, but it didn't work." And I thought, "Oh, I'm not going to try to kill myself today after all." And she put out her hand and she said, "My name is Cindy." And then I really thought, I'm not going to try and kill myself after all. No, 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 no. Okay, God, I got the message. I got the message. But again, 27 years into my sobriety, I did want to kill myself. And it was, just I felt so miserable in my body. My joints ached, my head ached, my every bone hurt. And I just had a foggy brain. I could not envision myself doing the job that I was to do as a principal in a summer school program that I was to be principal for. So in Los Angeles. Um, so anyway, 75 pounds over what I weigh now, I came to the program again, and just for one day. I was only going to eat one meal abstinently. I was asked, could I turn over one meal? I did. And I thought, that's all I'm turning over. But the next morning I woke up and I did not have the foggy brain. I did not have the aching joints. And after just one abstinent meal, and sleeping through the night well, what a miracle that was. I felt differently. And I thought, well, I could try it for another day. That was all my commitment was, one day at a time. And so if you're new, I do this one day at a time. I do all of my programs one day at a time. I have several, and I do it one day at a time, no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter why, when, blah, blah, blah. But I do it one day at a time, and I do it no matter what. And I have the phrase, "this too shall pass." This too shall pass. And that includes the good stuff, the bad stuff, and the in the middle stuff. So, do I love my food? Yes. Do I enjoy service? I continue to be of service. I sponsor a number of people. And, I talk to some of them every day and have other means of communication for others through the time period that we work with. I share with others who ask me to share about any topic. If you want to talk about something and you're afraid to talk to somebody else about it, call me. I've probably experienced strength and hope in just that topic. And if I don't, I probably know somebody who does. I Connection is the opposite of isolation. And the isolation that I had prior to getting abstinent and staying abstinent one day at a time, now for 27 years, it's a long time. And it's no surprise that my husband and I are married for 26 and some change of those years. I had been married to two husbands before Pete, and I had also been, Sarah calls him Saint Pete. And I had also been married to a woman and not legally married because in California it wasn't possible at that time, but for 14 years. So I have a lot of experience in a lot of different arenas. I have a number of addictions that I've let go of very slowly over those many 54 years. So I have no shame, no blame. I just am happy to share my experience, strength, and hope. I had migraines for a long time. I had backaches for a long time. I have two new titanium hips that I dearly love and make my backaches no more a problem. The migraines, I finally got resolution with them with a whole lot of help from GreySheeters, by the way. And I recently, this last year, I had a very trying year. My husband's had a more trying year. He had stage 4 laryngeal cancer. And so he was treated. There were 3 doctors that said, we want your larynx before anything else. And he said, I'd rather have another opinion. And he found one doctor at the MD Anderson in Gilbert, Arizona, outside of Phoenix, where that doctor said, well, you have a 50-50 chance if we don't take your larynx to have cancer free. And Pete took that and got cancer free. We go back in December 29th, just a little bit from now, to have another checkup. This would be his 6-month checkup, and he was cancer free for 3 months. And he tells me that he's hopeful for the next period of time. So he'll know that January 5th. My phone is ringing. Sorry. So sorry. I have a brand new phone and I don't know how to do things on it yet. We also, when he found out that he was cancer free, I had been working for several months, many months, to find out what my scratchy voice was, because I thought maybe I had cancer too, because I had a scratchy voice like he did. If you have a scratchy voice, go to the doctor. And he got to be cancer free. And at the end of 7 doctors, I found out that I had cerebral spinal fluid coming through one nostril. It was draining from a hole in my meninges and that needed to be patched. So they said that I needed neurosurgery. They went in and took a loop about that big out of my skull and took the dura, patched the hole, put back the skull part, and 25 little tiny tot staples later, they sent me out. I went for the surgery at 7:00 in the morning on July 29th, and July 30th at 5 p.m. I was out of the hospital and on my way, because they said the way that I eat and the lifestyle I keep, I had no inflammation. There was no reason to keep me in the hospital. Out I went. And go forth and just don't fly in an airplane for a few weeks. So that changed a few things in my life because I had been planning on flying in an airplane. But with that exception, it was an amazing experience. I woke up from the surgery going, I'm alive. And mind you, I had 24 years of life before I got sober, 27 years of sober life, not being happy with the food. Now 27 years of Abstinent Life with GreySheeters Anonymous. And I woke up from the surgery thinking, thank you very much, Anna, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm alive. And I don't have any disparity between the two sides of my face, which was a possible concern and very close to the nerve. And the guy who took care of my nerves took very good care of me. So I felt like, oh my gosh, I have a whole nother life ahead of me besides all those lives behind me. So I'm a happy camper, and I'm clearing out a storage unit, and I would suggest letting go is my favorite topic today. Let go, let go, let go. Because all of the things that are in the storage unit that have been there for several years, 1 year longer because of Pete's treatment. So it was a little longer than we had expected. But all of those things are leaving. The genealogy and some books are hard to let go of. But the rest of the things that are related to my mother, my father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, I mean, they're all going. The artists that have signed artwork to me personally, the artwork is going. I mean, all of these things are letting go, letting go, letting go, and integrating all of the things that I've learned in Gray Sheet, which are these no matter what principles, the one day at a time, let go and let God. This too shall pass. Everything. If somebody else were to do my life, what would happen? They would throw it all away. The writing that I've done, I need to get finished and published. It's almost there. And I'm going to take another class in memoir writing and finish this project. I've written a book called The Fix for Cravings with another colleague of mine. I became a food addiction professional during this 27 years. I retired from being the English specialist and an administrator and teacher with LA Unified School District for all of those previous years. And I collaborated with a number of people with a book called We Eat Rainbows, which is really a fun book for children. And I'm working on another one with my niece called We Are One Family, but that's a whole nother story I'll tell some other time. So I'm grateful to be an abstaining member of GreySheeters Anonymous. I love my food, and that's tremendously important. That delicious food is really, really important, no matter what, independent of what else is going on in my life. So I hold my Gray Sheet food in one hand and life in the other hand, and I do not clap. And there you have it. It's a wonderful life. If you are just starting, stay no matter what your head tells you, no matter what. Turn over mistakes immediately. Do not let them sit in your mind and go, turn over mistakes and ask a wonderful sponsor to be your sponsor, because I love and adore mine. And I'm so grateful to have her in my life and her wisdom to support me. She's one of those people of many, many years of abstinence and from the mothership. So I'm grateful, and I love my Gray Sheet abstinence. And those of you that I know, love and very best wishes for this day and the holiday season. Those of you that I don't know, the same. And take my phone number, it's in the chat, and feel free to call, ask questions. I'm happy to share any of my experience, strength, and hope. And so much love to the beloved faces here. Thank you.